What is judgment? I used to think that judgment was when I think negative about something. I thought that's what it was. So I remember I told myself, I'm gonna stop thinking so negative. I'm gonna be positive. So I started noticing my negative thoughts and I started to think positive. I love this and I love this and I love this and this is great and this is great and this is great. And I'm so grateful. And I realized that when I'm saying these things, when I'm not feeling good and I'm saying these things, sometimes it makes me feel better and sometimes it didn't. So I'm like, what's going on here? I'm loving life. I'm loving life. How come I don't feel that way? You know what? Maybe it's because I'm not in the right life. I need to change my life so I can love it more because I don't really love this thing. And then I remember one day I'm sitting in my van. I was living out of a van. I sold my stuff and so I'm sitting in my van on my little bed. And I was reading Power of Now, so Mr. Eckhart Tolle, and he talked about judgment. And what he said is judgment is a mental position about something. A mental position. And I was like, mental position? He didn't say positive or negative. He said a mental position. So I had this realization that even if I see something as positive, it's judgment because it's a mental position I have about something. And it wasn't just about negative thoughts. It was about positive thoughts. I was like, what? So you're telling me that if I look at something and I go, I love this stuff, I'm judging? If I look at my life and I go, I love my life. Oh, I look at my old life and go, I don't like that life. That's not good because of this, this, and this. I'm judging? Oh, crap. I'm judging like crazy. I'm judging all the time. And I remember sitting there and just being in silence, sitting on this bed in my van, just for maybe about an hour and a half, and just sitting there going, oh my God, I judge everything. I've been judging nonstop. And I've been working my butt off to go and dive in and do all this inner work to try to let go of limited beliefs, try to let go of fear, try to express myself more, trying to create more love, all this stuff. And I'm sitting here going, oh my God, the whole time I've been judging constantly. And I thought I wasn't judging. I thought I was just being positive. So when I had that realization, this was July 2017. That's how impactful it was. I remember I told myself, okay, all right, so I'm going to work on this now. I'm going to work on this. And as I started to work on it, it was very, very difficult because everywhere I'm looking, I realize I'm judging, constantly judging. And so I started looking for all these things. Where am I judging on? Where am I judging? And just nonstop. And little by little, I started figuring out ways to go ahead and change my perspective and not judge. I started looking at ways to go and see things for what they are instead of my mental position of what they are. And I finally started to figure out systems on how to do that because it was really, really tough to do it. I'm gonna be very honest with you. Very tough. One of the most toughest things. My mind was like a judging machine. And now I'm trying to stop this machine. And finally, years of practicing this, I started to figure out systems. I was like, okay, this is how this works. Here's what I need to do. And the judgment started to slow down.